Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to today's video. We got our electric bill and I was not happy. So our electric bill went up 30%. We don't even have the data centers here yet. And this month our electric bill was $100. Which is outrageous for someone like us who are partly off grid. So I'm back to work, back to doing things the old ways, and back to trying to save money on the electricity. What do we run? Absolutely hardly anything. But I have a really nice big washing machine that I've been using now for a year. But I can wash my clothing totally off grid using a power unit and my washing machine. So let me show you what I'm going to do from now on, at least up until probably the middle of December. So it's a lot more work, but it's totally off grid and there's no electricity involved. I have this very small power unit. I'm gonna see if it works with this first. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to plug it in and I'm going to start using my rainwater. Now you can use this with a garden hose, but I'm using my rainwater today. All right, now we're gonna start loading it with the clothing. Those of you who are used to my channel would be used to seeing me use this. I'm gonna go ahead and put my clothes in. I'm gonna fill it with water. Now I'm filling mine up by hand with water, but you can use a garden hose if you wish to. But I want to have this totally off grid. I have my own homemade soap. Just put a little in. And now let's get the water in here and let's get it started. All right. Let's see if that's enough of water. Which it is. Now this holds quite a bit. I could put a lot more in here. All right. Now I can work on some other chores while the laundry gets started. I have 15 minutes to get some other chores done before the laundry needs to be put into the spinner. So what I am doing now is I'm working on all of my herbs and spices. I have a lot of large jars with just a little bit of herbs in it. And what I'm doing is I'm putting them into little herb glass jars, which I love to sit on my counter. This will eliminate a lot of room in my pantries because all these large glass jars I can wash and put away. Now I'm working on some more of my grape jam and jelly. I harvested my grapes a little while ago and I still have some juice that I need to make into jelly. When you're making jelly, make sure the juice has no sugar in it beforehand. And now we're just going to go ahead and make one batch of the jam and jelly. And then that will be enough for about a year. I'm really thankful to have my own grapes. And everything that I do here is pretty much off grid. Our stove is propane, so there is no electricity involved in the stove. And a lot of my lighting is now totally off grid. I'm trying to find ways to save money because it's getting more and more and more expensive. In fact, everything I do now, I have to work twice as hard for the same amount of income or the same amount of savings than what I had even just 2 years ago. Life for me is very different now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-count the sugar. That way when it comes to a boil and the boil is to the point where it won't boil down, I add the sugar. And all we have to do is cook it for a couple minutes and then the jam and jelly is ready to put in the jars. It seems like every year I'm going more and more backwards to try to be ahead. I think that's maybe all of us can say that in some form. I mean, when we go to the grocery store, we could buy a whole cart of groceries for $100, and now we can come home with just 3 bags of groceries and it be almost $100. For me, everything I do is double work to make the same amount of pay that I had maybe 2 years ago. It's very interesting how things are these days. Another way I am saving on electricity is, as you see, this water is hot and boiling. I will be using this for my dishwater all day. Instead of dumping it down the sink, I actually put it into my basin where I wash my dishes. I'm also learning to resave this water to use to water all of my plants. It's a lot more work, but then again, it's free energy. So I'm pretty much exchanging my work for saving money. And a little bit goes a long way at the end of the month. Less pay means more work. And after a couple hours, all of the laundry was done. It is outrageous how expensive everything has become. Electricity is even higher. Now we have a $35 surcharge, so no matter what, we have to pay $35. But our electric bills only were in $50 to $60. With a $100 electric bill, that's just not acceptable for here on the homestead. So I have to figure out, what am I doing that's making it even, what consumption am I using? So I'm not really using that much more, but it's so much more expensive, so that means I have to use less. I was running the dehydrator a lot. That is so much electricity. I am not going to be running my dehydrator. It does not save me any money. So what am I gonna do? Dehydrate using my solar oven. I have that solar oven. It was given to me many years ago as a gift, and I'm going to use that to dehydrate. Also, my herbs do not need to go in the dehydrator. I can dehydrate them with the power of the sun. I'm just going to do things. It takes a lot more work to do it this way. It takes a lot longer to do it this way, but I'm going to be saving my money. I don't know how else to cut out, I don't really use that much of anything else, but those two things were big. The big washing machine and the dehydrator. When you dehydrate every day for long periods of time, you are really racking up the electricity. And I'm hoping that that will make a little bit of a difference too. I'm really brainstorming, everyone, trying to figure out, how can I get my electric bill back to the cheap one I'm used to? Always learning new skills. Here I have an old solar panel that wasn't working. Trying to fix it. Learning to fix things on my own and seeing if I can get it to work. And I did. I fixed it using this solar panel to help generate some more energy. Finding things that people thrown away and reusing them in order to save money. A lot of times it's things that are broken, but if I can learn to fix things, I'm saving even double the money. So this solar panel was free. It was broken, but I'm learning how to fix things. That can save you tons of money if you can fix all of your own broken appliances and things like that. No more dehydrating food unless I can use it on a large solar. So my dehydrators don't really work on the small solars for some reason, but I am hoping that maybe I can get one of them to work on my larger solar unit. But doing things the old ways, harvesting my herbs, hanging them in the netting, and having them dehydrate that way, cutting back all of this electricity. Well, the fall season is finally here, but it's been very, very dry. And the tomatoes are still doing well, and I have so many carrots. I don't even know what to do with all of them. Thank you guys so much for stopping in here in Dew Valley and spending a little time with me. I hope this video inspired you on trying to save money and thinking outside the box. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys in the next one.